Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. Okay, in this video, I will explain on one of the sorting technique, okay, which is bubble sort algorithm. Okay, it is a simple sorting algorithm among the other sorting algorithm. Okay, and then it is also known as a comparison-based algorithm, where we need to do comparison between the adjacent element and swap the element if they are not in order. Okay, so if you want to sort the number in ascending, so make sure the number should be sorted, okay, from the lowest to the highest numbers. Whereas if you want to arrange the numbers in descending order, so the number should be from the highest to the lowest. Okay, this is the complexity of the algorithm. Okay, the worst and the average is n power of 2, and the best complexity is n. Okay, it depends on the n elements in the list. Okay, so we go to the process of the bubble sort. Okay, let's say this is the example of the list. Okay, given n numbers to be sorted, okay, we have here 6 numbers. Okay, right, okay, we need to repeat, okay, the following n minus 1 times. Okay, you need to remember, if you have, okay, 6 numbers in the list that we need to sort, okay, we have to do 5 comparison. Okay, so if you have 10 numbers in the list, you need to do 9 comparison. Okay, so we need to go through the same process, okay, until we get the sorted list. Okay, for each pair of the adjacent numbers, okay, so meaning that, okay, we need to compare between the number on the left and number on the right. Okay, we see later. Okay, I will show you how, okay, we compare the adjacent number. Okay, so if the number on the left is greater than the number on the right, so we need to swap them. Okay, let's see, we start with this list. Okay, for the past one, okay, you need to go through 5 comparison. Okay, for the past one. Okay, let's say we compare between index 0 and index 1. Okay, as you can see here, okay, 12 is greater than 6. So back to the rules. Okay, if the number on the left is greater than the number on the right, so you need to swap these numbers. Okay, next step, we compare between index 1 and index 2. Okay, so we just remain the element because 12 is already less than 22. So we don't have to swap the number. Next, we do comparison between 2 and 3. Okay, index 2 and index 3. We have to swap because 22 is greater than 14. And then here we do the same steps. Okay, we compare between index 3 and index 4. Again, we need to swap because 22 is greater than 8. And last comparison, we need to compare between index 4 and index 5. Okay, again, we need to swap this number because 22 is greater than 17. Okay, complete pass 1. Okay, as you can see here, even you have complete the comparison, okay, the 5 comparison, but the list is unsorted, still unsorted, you need to repeat again the same process, the same comparison. Okay, so now we move to pass 2. Okay, so we compare between index 0 and index 1, just remain the list because the 6 is less than 12. Now we move to the next element. Okay, the next adjacent element, we compare between index 1 and index 2, just remain the element because 12 is less than 14. Then again, we compare between 2 and 3. Now we need to swap because 14 is greater than 8. Here we compare between index 3 and index 4. So we just remain the element because 14 is less than 17, and again we compare between index 4 and index 5. We just remain the list because the number is already sorted. Okay, now as you see in the list still unsorted. Now we move to the past 3. Okay, again we repeat the same comparison. Okay, we need to compare between index 0 and index 1. Just remain the list because 6 is less than 12. Okay, we compare between index 1 and index 2, 12 and 8. Now we need to swap because 12 is greater than 8. Okay, here now we compare between index 2 and index 3. Just remain the list because just remain the element because 12 is less than 14. Okay, just do the comparison. Okay, until finish past 3, and then we move to past 4. Okay, we do the same process because we want to go through all the comparison in the list, and until you get this the final list which is already sorted. Okay, from number 6 to number 22. Okay, this is the process on how you do the bubble sort. You need to show, okay, the comparison between the adjacent element and also the swapping process. Okay, alright. Here, okay, the same process. We do the comparison between the adjacent element until you get the sorted list. Okay, we move to this one. Okay, this is the code where you do the swap process. Okay, here this is the example of 10 numbers, okay, to be sorted in ascending, for example. So you need to sort the number in order. Okay, back to the rules. Okay, if the number is less than if the number is on the left is greater than number on the right side, you need to swap the number. Okay, now I want to show you. Okay, I want to show you how you can swap this value. Okay, so in this sorting, we need one variable to store to be as temporary variable to store the swapping value. Okay, so let's see. Okay, I give you one example here. Okay, if you see from index, if you want to compare index 0 and index 1, okay, you don't have to do swapping here because 2 is less than 6. Okay, we move to the second one. Okay, the second adjacent element. Okay, we need to compare between index 1 and index 2. Okay, so here, okay, we go to go through these codes. Okay, if A1, okay, is greater than A2, okay, here, okay, 6 and 4, if A1, okay, is greater than A2, temp, okay, we need to use this variable. Okay, temp equal to A1. Okay, A1. So, meaning that temp equal to 6. Okay, AI or A1 equal to AI plus 1. So, meaning that A1 will get 4. And AI plus 1, A2 equal to 10. So, A2 become 6. So, now A1 become 4, A2 become 6. So, this is the swapping process. Okay, this is the codes. Okay, now, if you do the same process, the sorting, using bubble sort, you will get the final list. Okay, the data that is sorted in ascending order. Okay, this is the sample code. Okay, this is the sample function where we need to do the bubble sort. Okay, this is this for. Okay, this for loop is for the program used to print the list in, sorry, this is the codes to print the data in original order. So meaning that this is the original list. Okay, we move to the next steps. Okay, this is the process. Okay, the sorting process begin. Okay, for outer 4 as the pass. Okay, we need to control the comparison. Okay, the cycle. Okay, the cycle of the comparison. The inner 4 is for the comparison between the adjacent element. Okay, must be completed, depends on the list. Okay, if let's say you have n element or 6, for example 6 element, so you need to complete 5 comparison. This is the swapping process. Okay, if the list is less than, if the number on the left is greater than number on the right side, so you need to swap. Okay, just now you see the variable, I use TEM as the variable. You can name any variable, okay, to store the temporary value for the swapping. So it depends. If you want to use temp, you use temp. If you want to use whole, okay, it depends on you. Okay, and you need to use one variable to store as temporary memory for swapping. Okay, so I will show you later the exercise, the sample in the next video. Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.